in my daddy's belly. One of my family members just sent me a transgender book. I think. Please, please, for the love of God, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Hi guys, I'm Myron. I was gonna say like welcome to Connects or something. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. This is just a serious version of my life, of my business, of my endeavor to be me trying to not have to work a regular job. That's how desperate I am at this point. That I'm going to talk about social media, do stuff with social media, post YouTube videos, do all that stuff. I have another YouTube channel that I did, but that is on hold considering that I'm not creative or good at things. But I think I have some things to talk about. I think I have some things to offer the YouTube community. I think I have some cool things to talk about. I wanted to talk about social media. Today we're going to talk about social media. Today we're going to talk about my predictions for what's kind of going on, what's really going on in the space. I think that we've all felt a stagnation coming from social media as far as, your favorite creators, Mr. Beast, everyone's favorite creator, my favorite creator. I love Mr. Beast. He's the best. Beast means best. He kind of fell off. Jack Doherty kind of fell off when he crashed his car. Several people have been feeling pressure to either change, transform, or maneuver themselves, have an exit strategy out of social media, out of content creation. And I think that we're going to see it come to a head very, very soon. I think maybe the title of this video kind of indicated it. Maybe the title of this video kind of indicated the fact that I'm talking about the election. I am talking about the election. I'm not talking about either the candidate. Vote for whatever you want. I'm not educated. So if I'm not educated or I'm not up on stuff, but I think that I can tell stuff that's going on around us. Now, the reason I bring up the election is because I think that we're going to see something change, something, shift a little bit after we've noticed, and everyone's, I think's noticed it, that in lieu of YouTube seeming to censor Joe Rogan and Donald Trump's podcast. I'm not saying they censored it. I'm not saying it. Don't at me. I'm saying is there's some weird stuff going on. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying there's some weird stuff going on. When that happened, here comes Elon Musk being like, hey, Spotify, can I put that on X? And then it gets millions and millions of views. Even Mr. Beast, we were talking about Mr. Best a little bit earlier. And then he had, experimented with putting some videos that got obviously not the level of views that he would get in his prime time on YouTube, but he's not really getting those views now, is he? I think we need to be very, very, and I say we, this doesn't matter to 99% of you. This only really matters to people who don't want to get a regular job and get a cybersecurity certification. Who wants to do that? I tried to do cybersecurity. Dude, do you know how hard that is? Cybersecurity is hard, my dude. I didn't do any of the work. I didn't do any of the homework. It was hard, dude. It was really hard. So I don't want to do that. I'd rather be doing this. So the reason I bring up the Joe Rogan podcast is because I think that we all got a little bit of a taste of something that could really be possible depending on which way the candidates go. And I don't care if you think that I'm a Trumper or Trumpy or whatever just for saying it. I really don't care. What I'm saying is I think if Donald Trump gets elected November 5th, I'm saying this now, I'm calling this prediction. It could be wrong. I don't care. I think if Donald Trump gets elected November 5th, I think that we are going to see X become a pinboard for creators, social media commentators, social interaction commentators, all these different people, even reaction YouTubers, all these different people, or even people who are journalistic in nature who want to get into the space of creating and having their opinions be heard. I think we are going to see a change in where people are posting this content. I think it's clear that on YouTube, there's a bias and there's an ability for the algorithm itself through YouTube to basically restrict political leanings, maybe certain ideologies that you have, maybe ways that you feel about certain people in power, or even the way you feel about companies that are in power. And I think that X is a good platform if Trump gets elected for people to say, you know what? I'm going to still post my stuff on YouTube, but I'm going to start posting how I really feel on X. I'm going to start posting things about that I can't commentate on, that I can't talk about on X. You know, I love Oompaville. I follow Oompaville. I love Oompaville. This is a complete tangent, but I love Oompaville. And, you know, as opposed to where other people could comment on really screwed up stuff that's going on, Oompaville comments on things that's screwed up that's going on and then gets demonetized, gets videos taken down. He, you know, had a Diddy video taken, pretty notable, a Diddy video taken down, where other people who maybe have different comments or who are bigger YouTubers and YouTubers who are a bigger lion's share of YouTube's, you know, views and watch time, that don't get impacted the way he does. And there's 100 million YouTubers that are just like that. I think that if Donald Trump gets elected, we're gonna see, maybe not Oompaville, but maybe people like that, post their videos on X. It'll be slow at first. It'll be slow going. You know, it'll be a little slight market change, but we'll start to see that happen. We'll start to see even people on both sides will be posting, you know, long form video. There's already, if you go on X, if you go on your phone, there's already an ability for you to, you know, pop out window. It has a landscape form. It has a portrait form for you to pop out video, and long form video, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, hours and hours. I think it's Matt Walsh or one of those guys that just posts entire podcasts, just like how they posted the entirety of the Trump and Rogan podcast. They post entire podcasts on the platform. And I think that if it's monetized in a way to where, obviously it's not going to be comparable to YouTube Creator Fund or the YouTube Creator Partnership, because as well as it doesn't cost you anything to become a YouTube partner, but it does cost you something to become Blue on X, or certified on X, certified lover boy, certified pedophile. WAP on X. It does cost you money. I accidentally paid $160 to be certified on X. Go check me out right now at Stefan Watts Jr. on X. I'm right there. Certified, blue check mark, all that good stuff. I think if Kamala Harris gets elected for office, I believe that we will start to see restriction. And this is not because I think that she's against free speech or whatever, you know, despite the things that she said. I don't think that. I don't get that out of your heads. I don't think she's against free speech, right? We'll see things kind of, the fire kind of die out a little bit. The people who are screaming the loudest on X will subtly get, you know, will suddenly start to not be screaming as loud on X. And I think is what we'll start to see is this kind of cultural death. So as opposed to where X, you know, if Trump wins, we see a death to a segmentation of basically people stifling themselves about how they feel about a current political, socioeconomic, business, emotional landscape, whatever it is. We'll see the opposite with, you know, Kamala, which is we'll see people unencumbered by unencumbered by the need to express their opinion and more to express creativity and to express art. And I think we'll see that because that'll be the only thing that will be necessarily allowed to see. That's what I think. And this is not like an opinion that's leaning any which way. I think that if Kamala gets elected, that we are going to see Threads. I like Threads. I love Threads. I think Threads is cool because there's just like, you know, there's no nonsense on Threads. That being said, there is options on Threads to dismiss political leaning content, to dismiss things that, you know, would encumber your experience when you're experiencing creativity on Threads. There's not that kind of filtering. There's not that kind of safety net on any other platform for you to basically, you know, cut out everything that's not just like, hey guys, here's avocado toast I made today. Hey y'all, did you want to see the little tiny little wing, that I put on my Mazda Miata? It's so cute. Look at it. My Mazda Miata winks at you. Like we're going to see something change. I vote that X will become a premier news and content as far as like, you know, live news, live journalism in, you know, real time content on X. I believe that will happen if one candidate gets elected. I think that we'll see a very filtered, very curated version of all that on Threads if the other candidate gets elected. That's what I think. That's what I feel. I really like it. I'm going to hedge my bets in both directions. I'm going to start creating content for X that feels like it goes on X because I have this more liberation of saying, hey, you know what? I could say nonsensical things and I'm going to say them on X. Or I could say things that people don't agree with and I'm going to say it on X because there's nothing they can do about it because X policies, as long as I don't get community noted, X policies fall in line with favor with me. And on Threads, I'm just going to post you know, cute summer body photos in the winter. That's all I'm gonna do. You know, I'm not gonna, not opinions. It's not, well, I guess it is opinions, but it's not anything that impacts anyone's experience on life other than me saying, this is my experience in life. I don't know. Go on Threads. You'll see what I'm talking about. Threads is crazy. It's fun. It's cool. That's my predictions. That's the inaugural video. Follow me here, guys. Subscribe. I'm going to be continuing to say outlandish things about social media, as well as my experience with social media, trying to, you know, create a life for myself, trying to do things a little bit differently. You know, I've been doing things in the background, being somebody who's in the background of social media, of other creators and things, and I want to be at the forefront, not because I want me to be at the forefront. I want to be at the forefront because I believe that this is the new way. I believe what Latasha James just said, and I need to go watch her video. I just saw a little snippet of it, so excuse me, Latasha, if I take this out of context. But content creation is the new 9 to 5. This is a part of my job. This is a part of what I do, of what I get paid to do. So I'm trying to get paid to do it. I'm already doing it. I already do it for other people. I already do it for other businesses and other people. So I'm going to do it for myself, and I'm going to talk about my experience. I'm going to talk about social media. I'm going to talk about where it's going, where it's headed, where it's been, talk about weird things on social media, things that I guess I kind of care about, or just things that are happening. Next video, I hope to come out the following week or after you see this, will probably be about just my current experience, being a social media manager, a marketer, a creator, and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, that's my predictions for coming up in 2025. I think hedge your bets with either X or Threads, or do what I'm doing, post on both, see what happens.